Dante, I know you've been working with us for some time now, and your results have been great. It's definitely been a reflection of your work ethic and your application of what we've been able to teach you out of this 54K in sales that you've done, which is really good. I know you're going to get way higher than this as you continue to scale. What do you think was like your reaction when you saw those results for the first time?
It was kind of, I won't say unbelievable, but I kind of was like, okay, I'm really doing it. Because at first you kind of say to yourself, can I really do this?
Hmm.
Can I really make it happen? Can you really make a earning doing this? Can you make any money doing this? And really, when I saw, granted, it's not the money I want to scale it up a little bit more, but it's like, wow, I can do this. And it makes you want to push yourself a little more and do a little more. Those days when you want to go out there and probably do some arbitrage
Hmm.
when you only want to go, when you see this kind of result, you be like, okay, let me go put some more products out and then we do more. So that pretty much give me the go get it mentality a little more.
Right, right. And I want you to real quick just go to your homepage. Even while we're talking, you're still making sales, which is crazy, right? Like the business fully runs itself once you set it up the right way. So yeah, just go to the app.
The good thing about the business,
Mm-hmm.
I check it and I'm like, oh, I got a sale. Then I might wait a few more hours later. I check it again. Oh, I got another sale.
Mm-hmm.
When I went on a cruise, I checked it. Oh, I got sales. So the thing is just pushing your products and getting it into the warehouse, and then pretty much going to get sales.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of what you send in, it's going to sell.
100%. And it's just that system of getting the inventory in. Once it's in, as you're saying, it's gonna sell. So yeah, you could go ahead and stop sharing, but that's just a very good testament of what's possible. I know you're going to push this even further. Right now, I know you're at the 4K profit per month mark. So aside from, the results you've been able to achieve and stuff, I wanted to see like what was the moment that you finally saw that things started to click, once you started doing this.
It gets a little discouraging because, like I said, it's not easy. And I always tell people that
Mm-hmm.
you got to get your elbows a little greasy or whatever. When I started sending a little larger amount of quantity
Mm-hmm.
into Amazon, and once they get it in the warehouse, you can pretty much see the step by step process. I always check it. I check the routing
Mm-hmm.
as UPS picks it up. It'll tell you where it's going, and then to see it go to different places. That's kind of the thing that really got me like, let me go ahead and get on the grind because they're sending my product all over the country,
Right.
not just to the warehouse it's going to. They sent it to Indiana. I had a product they sent to California. I'm like, wow, I have a large grasp of customers that's getting my stuff. So that made me want to go more and more. And I said, be a little more go getter.
I know you first started off with a few units, and then you would see that wouldn't be enough, right? Like you need to continually
Right.
restock, right? Um, so I guess what were you struggling with before joining the program?
The biggest thing with me is getting products.
Mm-hmm.
And once you find you some products that does well,
Mm-hmm.
it gets a little easier because you know what products to get. You pretty much know, okay, when your inventory get low, let me get some more of these, and that's one product you don't really have to source like that because you already know it does well in the sales. Other than that, it's just getting more products, sending more products in as much as you can, and that's something I'm dealing with now. Just trying to send much of the products as I can to Amazon.
Gotcha. Walk us through like the very, very beginning. What made you start to look for help in the first place?
Well, this has been something on my mind
Mm-hmm.
probably a few years before I reached out.
Mm-hmm.
But Amazon doesn't really make it easy.
Mm-hmm.
You can try to do it yourself, but it's a lot of barriers um, to get crossed. And I think having someone who got pretty much a map to get through those barriers it has been a great help to me. Because I feel if I don't make another dime on this
Mm-hmm.
journey, I think you have been a great help to me because I know I wouldn't have got this far on my own.
Right.
Like I said, I thought about doing it for a while. It just it's hard to navigate it. You really need somebody who knows how to get you to where you want to be.
100%. And, avoiding mistakes and all these sort of things. So, I mean, you've just been able to implement the roadmap that we have, and, the results show for themselves. I guess, have you tried anything before this? And if so, what didn't work?
No, I
Mhm.
never tried anything before
Okay.
this. I'm always one of those persons I don't trust it. And
Hmm.
I'll think about doing it. I said, nah, I'm not doing it. I probably didn't trust this at the beginning, but I think speaking to you,
Hmm.
um, you kind of got me over that fear factor a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So then I was like, what the heck, go ahead and give it a try, and then you gave me the pretty much the blueprint, and then I took it, and it's also a trial by error situation.
Mm-hmm.
As you go, you will learn as you go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a person that learn as I do. So
Mm-hmm.
as I, been going on this journey, I make mistakes. I'm like, oh crap, I get a product and it might not sell right away, then it'll sell later. And I said, okay, don't get that much of those products. Next time, get only about 10. Then I get a product, I might get like 20. I said, wow, that's so quick. Next time, get 50 or 100 or whatever.
Right.
So it's also a trial by error situation. But I pretty much I think it was the trust factor and
Mm-hmm.
the fear factor in the beginning why I didn't really took that leap.
Yeah, 100%. Just going over the fear and just, I guess, also being part of like a team that actually cares, right? Like we
Yeah,
want to see
yes.
you do even better and continue to do the things you've done.
Right.
So yeah, I think the combination of both of those things have really been able to showcase here and like really, been able to take you to the next level. I guess, what do you feel like the experience has been like working inside the program or coaching so far?
Just kind of tie that back to the previous question.
Mm-hmm.
When I first got involved, I was like, still the trust thing. I said, yeah, I'm not gonna really hear from him that much. But I was kind of surprised to really get the phone calls and we set up appointments, and I'm like, he's not gonna be ready at that appointment time. Then you were really ready for that appointment time, and if you weren't ready, you had good communication involved. You were like, hey, we can't do 2, we'll do 2:30, and
Mm-hmm.
that kind of really be like, okay, and that made me like trust you more and more. And then I saw that being a part of this team had really been helpful for me. Being able to gain the information that I got, because, like I said, I was lost when I first started. I didn't know
Yeah.
where to start at. I didn't know how to even fill out the seller, to be a seller. So it's been a great deal of success for me. You
Mm.
know, going to stores, like sourcing products,
Yeah.
is much easier for me now. Before I would just scan everything. Now I could look at something. I said, nah, I won't even worry about that. And I know certain things I could just look at it and I could just go to it. Okay, but it's been a great help.
I mean, I remember in the beginning, I think you didn't even have a laptop. You bought it after you joined with us, and then things
Oh yeah,
started. Yeah, yeah. So that's just to showcase, like, you were serious about it, and we matched it, and we've been able to do that. I guess dating back, I know we did a video back in the past when you first started, and now it's been quite a little bit of time since then. How do you think your mindset or approach has changed since joining?
Well, when I first
Mm-hmm.
joined, I was kind of more, and I'm probably not where I want to be as far as 100%.
Mm-hmm.
My mindset is there,
Mm-hmm.
but I gotta say, come on, you got to do this, because you see the progress, you see the gains, and I see the more and more I do, the more and more I get, and I gotta keep telling myself that. But in the beginning, I was kind of hesitant, like I said before, and I was scared to get that much items. I would see an item and I would like scan it, and it would be doing good monthly. The BSR would be at a good number, but I still would only get about 10 or 15, because I was
Mm-hmm.
still like, I don't know if it's gonna sell.
Yeah.
But now, if I see something, I try to get all I can, and I think that's the biggest probably difference
Mm-hmm.
in the beginning.
So you feel like more confident in yourself and
Oh yes,
your
yeah.
buying decisions. I got you. So if you could describe your journey in one sentence, how would you put it?
My journey has been very rewarding. The future is very prosperous. I don't know if that's a sentence, but so far it's
Yeah.
been rewarding. But I can see, and I'm just adding on, I can see more at the end, pretty
Oh,
much.
for sure. So it's very rewarding. Okay.
Yeah.
Because we always come across all sorts of different people that want to join and stuff. What would you say to someone who's skeptical or on the fence of joining?
I just say that sometimes you got to take a leap of faith.
Yeah.
If the Wright brothers didn't believe in what they believed in, we might not have airplanes right now. I
Yeah.
think sometimes you just got to believe in yourself and believe that you can do it. I'm not saying it's easy,
Mm-hmm.
but if you put the work in, you will see results.
I always say that it's not easy, but it's simple once you get it.
Right.
Like you get it now. It's just ordering the items with the criteria, sending it in the way we do it, and then it's pretty much you already know it's gonna sell out.
Right.
But it's just getting with that right system that you're describing. I guess, how do you feel about your business and your life too, like compared to before? Do you feel like you have more flexibility and freedom now?
I had a career before I
Mm-hmm.
started doing this.
Mm-hmm.
But once I started doing this, that has slowed down a little bit
Mm-hmm.
because one thing I needed to do was put more time into this
Mm-hmm.
because I know this right here will be a better situation for me in the long run. And I'm pretty much pulling myself back from my career
Mm-hmm.
and putting more time into this because this is something you can do part time. Don't
Mm-hmm.
get me wrong, but it's also something you want to dedicate yourself to,
Right.
and you to see it the fruit from your labors. To see it become successful.
Right.
That's something I don't think I was doing in the beginning. I was just like putting it on the back burner. But once I put more and more time into it, because sometimes I have a room full of products just sitting there for 2, 3, 4 days because I'm going to work. And I'm like, look, I got to take out work and send these things out. So
Yeah.
I'll take out work and send them out. And once they get there, then that's when I start seeing it sales and sales and sales. Because if you don't got no products in there, you ain't get no sales.
So you've been able to, I guess, spend more time with your family and stuff and
Oh
dedicate
yeah,
the hours needed towards this, right? So,
most definitely. I even had like I printed some labels one day, and when I put everything in the bag, I had my daughter put the labels on the products or whatever while you put them in the box. So yeah, definitely more family time.
awesome. Awesome. Yeah. So, would you recommend this to someone else and why?
I would recommend this to somebody who's ambitious
Mm-hmm.
and who want more out of life. Most definitely, if they want more time with their family,
Mm-hmm.
if they want more control of their life, I would definitely recommend this to them. I think it's a good thing to do. Like I said, you said it already. It ain't easy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You got to put some work into it, but it's not hard
Yeah.
at the same time. And once you get into it, it'll seem like like when I took organic chemistry in college, it seemed like it was a different language. But
Yeah.
once you get into it and start figuring things out, you say, oh, okay, I get this, and then it'll become a little more easy to you. But
Yeah.
I definitely you know, to have somebody do it who's considering do it.
I know right now at the time of recording this, you're at 4K a month profit consistently, like making that month over month. I know for a fact when we record this again in 3 months, you're going to be at 10K. So I'm very excited to, help you get there. But yeah, I mean, I'm just glad to be able to share something that's been able to impact me. Now I see it impact others. And I know, the more you do it, the more you're able to pull out of it. So that would be my message at the end of this. But do you have any last final things you want to say here?
Oh, just
Hmm.
same as you said. The more you put into it, the more you'll get out. I sometimes I try to send products every day if I could.
Yeah.
Sometimes I let them build up, and I just send a bunch on a weekend or something. It's to the point I like to go to the UPS. They already know me. They say, "Oh, just put them over here,"
Yeah.
and they know my face. They know I'm always coming in, sending products out. So,
Yeah.
like you said, the more you put in, the more you get out, pretty much.
And one last thing we didn't mention, but you've also done wholesale, you've done online, so you've seen both sides. Like the online is completely hands off. You're not shipping anything, right? So
Right.
I think that's where you're gonna scale more because you've done
Yes.
I'd say like 70% in person, the 30% has been online, but now you're about
Right.
to get up to 10K by just doing fully online. So yeah, that's the powerful thing about it. You could be hands on with it, you could be hands off, and the sales are still coming in as you saw earlier. So
Now I'm
um,
gonna still do in store because it's kind of addictive once you start doing it.
yeah,
So when I can go in the store and not even looking for stuff, not even going to stores, just shopping, and I'm like, oh, I wonder if I can make something off this. But
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Like people are already going there. You're just making extra money basically every time you
exactly.
go. So yeah, it's definitely an effective skill. I'm glad you've been able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. I know there's a lot more to come. 4K a
Oh
month
yeah,
is gonna be a bad month for you now once you're doing 10K per month. So
okay.
yep, I'm very excited to see where this goes. But I appreciate you, sharing your journey and your story for everyone. And yeah, to more continued success.
Yes, sir.